Hello, first graders. Yesterday you learned what a haiku was. You learned that it was made in Japan, and you learned that it's all about nature, right? Appreciating the beauty of what you can find outside. Thinking about how to express that in words rather than in even creating pictures, more of creating a picture with your words, and then maybe adding some illustrations to go with. As I was going through some of my books about spring just this morning, I found the perfect book that can teach us more about haikus, and I wish I would have had it when we watched our lesson yesterday because it would have been a great one to read outdoors. But we can read it today. I want to share it with you. It's not a long book. It's called In a Spring Garden. The author is named Richard Lewis, and the pictures are by Ezra Jack Keats. He is actually a very famous illustrator, and quite a few of his books have won awards for being excellent books for kids to read. You might have even read some of them. One of them is called Snowy Day, and another one is called Goggles. So perhaps you've read those books. You'll recognize some of the artwork looks similar to those books too. In a Spring Garden is full of haikus, and the haikus are all different types of Japanese style haikus. So you'll see 3 or 4 different kinds. They might sound different. The rhythm might sound different the way that I read them. And so as you listen, you can just imagine that you're outside walking through the spring garden and some of the sights that you might see. In a Spring Garden, edited by Richard Lewis, pictures by Ezra Jack Keats. A red morning sky for you, snail. Are you glad about it? Starting in the garden in the morning when the sun's not even risen yet. Grasshopper, do not trample to pieces the pearls of bright dew. There's a little ball of dew right on the leaf. The frog is having a staring match with me. The toad, it looks as if it would belch forth a cloud. I've just come from a place at the lake bottom. That is the look on Little Duck's face. A day of spring in the garden, sparrows bathing in the sand. The chicken wants to say something, the way it's using its feet. Voices above the white clouds, skylarks. Flash of lightning, a sound of dew dripping down the bamboos. I love this haiku especially because spring isn't always beautiful and cheerful. Sometimes it means big storms, big noises, and then after those noises you can hear the little drips of water if you listen really carefully. I like that picture of spring. A drop of rain, the frog wiped his forehead with his wrist. Come on, owl, come on, change that look of yours, now in the soft spring rain. Stillness, the sound of the petals sifting down together. The bat lives hidden under the broken umbrella. The puppy asleep, biting the willow tree. Ha! The butterfly! It is following the person who stole the flowers. Just simply alive, both of us, I and the poppy. The blind sparrow hops on the flower of the evening glory. With the evening breeze, the water laps against the heron's legs. This is a heron right here. On how to sing, the frog school and the skylark school are arguing. The moon in the water turned a somersault and floated away. How lovely through the torn paper window the Milky Way. The nightingales sing in the echo of the bell tolled at evening. A giant firefly, this way, that way, this way, that, and it passes by. The end.